Welcome to the Free Idea Podcast. Today I want to talk about working up the ladder. This is about being promoted at work and how to do it. First, you gotta talk to those above, below, and on the same level across. Above, below, across. You gotta just let yourself be known in the company, whatever you are with the people that you work with. So that means talk to your boss, your managers, and coworkers. Also, if you are in charge of anybody, talk to them as well nicely. And advertise yourself. Advertise your help. Say your name. Say what you can do and be eager to help. Here's the thing. As a teacher, I've learned a lot about hardworking students and students who just are annoying in class. And let me tell you that students who are annoying and don't work as hard as the others, they tend to get the most attention. And when they make an improvement, the teacher will cheer that student up so much in order to encourage them to keep on improving. But because you're interacting with that student so much, he seems to be getting the most attention and improving the most. Then that attention that the student gets is attention the others don't, and gives him an upper hand. Sometimes it can look like this is your favorite student, but really no. He's very annoying. Not your favorite. He's just the one getting the most of your attention. And anytime you have a task up on your head, you will think of him first. So there are smart students in school that don't get the attention. They're ghosts. They're students that just don't do anything wrong and they always deliver the work on time and perfectly quiet. Those students, I tend to forget their name. I tend to even forget they exist because they're not on the way of my work. And so you see how unfair it is. For somebody who to be very talkative gets most of the attention even if he is not the most applied at work. Versus somebody who is very smart but just quiet. I forget about that person. So who's getting my attention? The talkative one. There are times when I get a student who is both smart and talkative. And those are the best because you actually reward the student the proper way it should be. So they talk, they give you the answers, they work hard, and they give you opinions and stuff. But also because they're smart, you allow it. And because they don't get out of control, you allow it even more. And so whenever you need somebody to hold a class for you or be a little teacher and teach the others, you pick this one student to either give you the answers or give you the process on how he came up with this answer. This student right here has been promoted, not officially, but he is now in charge of teaching others or coming up with answers and explaining to others in the student point of view. My advice here to you is be that person who is smart, good on their job, does the thing right, but talk. Be talkative. Tell everybody what you did, what you're doing, how you're doing it, how great it is. Advertise yourself. That's what I mean. Advertise your help. Say that you can help with anything, blah, blah, blah. Just make yourself known. This is why I need you to talk to those above you, below you, and across. All you have to do is for them to know you exist and know your name. Say your name, and I literally mean it. It can be a little awkward, but you feel it when it's the moment. Or at least make sure they learn your name. They know who you are. Not just like, oh, that guy over there. No, they know who it is. There's a con to do this because more work will go your way, but no more pay. This happens a lot for those people who work hard. You will get more responsibility and less pay. So use at your own discretion. If you really want to get promoted, you can give it a try. But know that it's not an easy road. This is most likely what's going to happen to you. This has something that has worked for me. Also, be someone who is pleasant to work with and learn to be charismatic. That is going to take you far. Because, well, you can be annoying, of course, and get everybody to know your name. But even better if you can be charismatic and make people's days feel a little nicer or funny or some little memory to remember you during the day. Don't stress about it. It doesn't have to be a show where somebody paid $50 to see. You can just be like, hey, how you doing? How's your day? Little joke here. Weather, blah, blah, blah. But it's the attitude and how do you say it. That you don't feel stressed. You're not giving the person extra stress. Like, oh, I was good. You could say a little better. Unless you're going to follow with a joke after that. That's that. Just to recap, make yourself known with everybody you work with. Always advertise yourself. Talk about what good things you do. Or just make small talk. It doesn't really have to be about work. Most of the times, it can just be like getting to know a person, like a conversation. Forget about what you're doing at work. Sometimes bosses and managers and even coworkers, they've worked there for so long, so many years, day in, day and out. They don't want to talk about work. They're done. They want to enjoy where they live, basically. Because one works half your life. So that's your life. And they want to enjoy it. So they don't want to talk about work all the time. Like, if you're a teacher, you don't want to talk about the students all the time. You want to talk about a little something else. And that's just one example. If you're in sales, maybe you don't want to talk about sales all the time. It's boring. Talk about something else. And that's how you work up the ladder. Make yourself useful. Advertise yourself. More work will go your way. Just, unfortunately, you wouldn't get paid for it. That's the goal. But see it as an investment. In a few years, that will show up. Now it's a risk. It's not 100% strategy. It could be that you just work your way forever and never get promoted and somebody else does. In that case, I don't have more advice other than try to find out why that person got promoted. See if you can, maybe was a certification that you missed, or just switch jobs, which honestly, it's the American way. If you want more pay, switch jobs. Never stay in the same job if you want more pay. Like, that's what you're looking for, money, switch. Research has shown in multiple videos in YouTube, people say the same thing that research has shown. If you change jobs every 2 years, you get something like a 40% salary increase more compared to those who stay in their job after those 2 years. Sad. It's sad. But American culture is not a negotiating culture. It's a purchasing culture. So you have to sell yourself every 2 years to somebody else every 1 year. Whatever. Gotta sell yourself for a good price. Also, to increase salary, have multiple offers if you can, so you feel confident to ask for more. And in case they try to call your bluff, you show them the form. Yep, I have the offer that this person is giving me, and this is why I'm asking you this amount of money. I'm not just pulling it out of my butt. Thank you, and have a Merry Christmas.